I'm doing this video for Gay Unit. If you don't know who Gay Unit is, G Unit. You know, fuck G Unit, man, because 50 got an ego problem. You want to start beef with a whole bunch of rappers like Cameron, Jim Jones, you know, Young Buck, The Game. You want to start with a whole bunch, Jadakiss, and them. You got a real ego problem. You know, you want to start with Fat Joe. Why? Because he did a song with Ja Rule? I mean, come on the real though, that's pussy ass shit. You know, he got to make money to take care of his family. You know, whatever problem you and Ja Rule got, that's on y'all end. What Fat Joe got to do with it? On the real though, and then you trying to say, oh, that's a fat motherfucker, he ain't making no money independent and everything else. He probably making more independent on being independent, and he still going gold than you making on a major label selling 1 million copies. Let's keep it real. Cause we know you not making $1 million off of record sales after you recoup your money you just spent out. You could go ask any, and then you try to say Koch Records is a graveyard. You know, there's a lot of artists on Koch Records that's selling 400,000, 500, 600,000 copies that's making more money than a major label artist. And let's keep it real. Look at Tony Yo album. His album flopped. Lloyd Banks album flopped. Yo last album flopped. The only good album you had was Get Rich or Die Trying, and The Massacre had a couple of tight songs on it. But everybody from your clique flopped. Mobb Deep album flopped. Where's MOP at? Don't have an album. Spider Low, his fake ass ain't even got an album out, and he dissed a motherfucker. Put out an album, then you can diss somebody. On the real. You know? So, like, he was talking shit on the interview and everything else. Like, he's really from the street and he really from the crib. Get the fuck out of here. But, I mean, you got a seriously ego problem, man. Because I remember you was in the Bay Area and there was a couple of rappers like Messy Marv and a couple of Juice and everybody else was trying to holler at you, man. And you got 6 bodyguards, 6 bulletproof van rolling through San Francisco, and you couldn't even stop and say what's up to a rapper. That's why all these rappers started getting on your head. You know what I'm saying? And you was acting like, oh, I didn't hear it. Come on, man. Everybody make a song about you. Sibo, Yuck, everybody. Because I'm going to keep it real 100. My suggestion is Lloyd Banks, don't go back and fuck with them, man. Keep doing your thing. You got 2 of the best artists on your label right now, which is The Outlaw and Sibo. You know, if Sibo get that push that he really needs, I think he'll outsell 50 Cent. I'll put my money on it. I think he seriously will outsell 50 Cent. It's no comparison. Because he keep it street, he keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then, like 50 was saying, Lloyd Banks got more money than Jim Jones. How you know that? And I'm going to keep it real. He just giving them basic money. That's all 50 Cent is doing. He's just giving them money. They ain't did shit. Like the last album Jim Jones put out, I think he might be at 600,000, 700,000 copies. If he really getting $7 a CD, which they probably is, you know, even after he recoup all his money that he spent out, he's still good. He probably made more money than Lloyd Banks. And you talking about Lloyd Banks got more money than. Independent people make more money than if you're on the label. I bet you Lloyd Banks probably only get like, what, $1 a CD? 50 cent a CD? You know, because if you want to keep it real, you talking about don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know, The Game wasn't on your record label. The Game was on Dr. Dre label. Somehow you and Interscope got in and then you worked out something, and now he was down with all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to keep it real, that's the real. You know, then you try to call The Game on, he ain't from the street, he ain't this. Have you ever been to The Game neighborhood to where you can verify or you done got actual facts that he ain't from the hood? That just make you look stupid on the real. That's why everybody's saying fuck G Unit. You know, you going out here starting beef with all these rappers thinking you can shut people down. You're not stopping them. Motherfuckers still gonna get their money regardless of how you feel. They still gonna be in the street. They gonna still do what they gotta do to take care of their family. You know? I mean, like I said, the last album, the 2 albums you had that was good, well, semi-good, was Get Rich or Die Trying, that was cool, and Massacre had a couple of tight songs on it. The rest of these shit is flopped. Where's your label? Where's your artist at? You know, because everybody else album flopped big time. They only selling 200,000, 300,000 copies. He independent. He doing 700,000 700,000 copies. I'm sorry, people, I got saliva in my mouth. 700,000 copies. Jim Jones did. And Jim Jones was just in the Bay Area, a while ago, walking the street and was good. With no bodyguard. That's a real street nigga. With no bodyguard. You know, and this was one of the guttiest cities. You know, besides New Orleans. And a couple of other cities, Chicago and New York and shit like that. And he was walking out here with no bodyguard. So that could tell you right there, that's a real street nigga. And he had on like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, or probably even more, a jury. And he was good with niggas. Straight up. Smoking weed, getting drunk, or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Shopping, doing whatever he got to do. That's a real street nigga. You should be able to go in any hood. You say you're from the street and adapt. You can't go into any hood and you need 10 bodyguards or 10 SUVs bulletproof and shit. That means you're a pussy. On the real. You know? And that's all they 50 is doing, giving Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo money because they dick riding them. That's what it is. It's called dick riding. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, come the truth is, if SIBO get the exposure that he need and the Outlaws get the exposure they need, they gonna sell. They gonna make buck money. They gonna make a lot of money. And I think that both groups outsell 50 Cent. You know, some people might say, oh, they don't agree. But look at SIBO's track record. He the only artist that ever came out that went to jail for making a CD about really actually trying to kill the fucking police and the governor and shit. Real talk, though. You know, I ain't no other rapper probably even thought about that shit. And I ain't talking about it negative, but, you know, he keep it street, he keep it real. You know? But I want everybody's suggestion on how they feel about this 50 Cent shit. He dissing everybody, you know what I'm saying? How you feel about SIBO and Outlaws and Young Buck situation. Because I think that was some pussy ass shit you recorded this phone conversation. On the real. Because I'm saying fuck Gay Unit. G Unit. That's what their new nickname is, Gay Unit. Because them all a bunch of gay motherfuckers. And that's straight up. But I want everybody commenting their little notes of what they feel about the Young Buck situation, what they feel about Outlaws and SIBO and all these cats blowing up. Man, fuck Gay Unit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know I'm going to have some haters on here hating or whatever. I still don't give a fuck. I'm going to say what I need to say. But that's what I'm going to call them, man. The new Gay Unit. You know what I'm saying? The game came out G-Not Unit or whatever. I'm going to call it Gay Unit. But I'm going to holler at everybody later.